All right, welcome back to the Charlotte Gary Scrapping Show. So we have had quite a few comments asking us to put out extra videos. Now, putting out a Wednesday video, we sometimes struggle putting out just one video a week, putting it all together, editing and uploading it and everything. Sometimes we just have trouble finding something to scrap. But so doing an extra video is, just doing it on scrap would be a little difficult for us. But what we thought about doing was just doing these little extra videos to show you ways that we improve our scrapping efficiency, or new tools that we get in the shop, or upgrades that we do to the shop, or anything like that. So we're just kind of testing this extra video. And what we're going to be doing today is I got a new tool at the shop. I'm going to show you what it is, and I'm going to do a little test on what we're going to be using it for. So you got anything to say, Charlotte?
I just wanted to jump in here and say hi, everybody. We found an online auction and we are going to a preview today to see if what the picture showed is what we really see. So we need to get busy on this so we can get going to that. And I just wanted to say hi.
All right, so we're going to get into this little extra video here, and I guess the views will really tell us the whole story. If we get a lot of good views on it, then apparently it's something that we'll try to continue doing.
Comment, say something too.
Yeah, you can comment.
If you like it, you can tell us you like it.
Yeah.
If you don't, tell us that too. And we don't have to do it.
Yeah, but I think the views will tell it all. So, all right, let's get into this tool. All right, so this new tool isn't going to make me rich or anything, but what it's going to do is, I hope it's going to make life easier. Because as you can see, I have quite the accumulation of motors here, and breaking them down, takes a lot of time. So I'm just trying to find a faster way to break them down. And I think I found it right here in this box. Let's go ahead and open it up, and I'll show you what it is, and I'll tell you my idea. All right, let me get my gloves on here. We'll open her up here. Hopefully it didn't get broken in the delivery. Now this isn't a paid advertisement or anything like that, so I'm not gonna tell you the name of it. All right, here it is. Plastic torn off. Check this out. This is an electric jackhammer. I'm thinking I can break these motors apart with this. Just plug it in, pull the trigger, and just start separating stators and getting the copper out. Let's see here. All right, that's it. So this thing, it's got some weight to it. So like I said, I'm not advertising this, so we're not reviewing it. I'm not going to go through all the stuff to set up, and I'm not performing in a box opening. We're just going to plug it in. We're going to just see how it works. I'm gonna probably have to modify this with my idea. Look at that one. That's what I think will split them stators. We're gonna find out. But before we can try our new tool out, we gotta get us a stator. So I just picked out a little motor here, set it on the table. We're gonna tear this apart real quick and get the stator out and see if my plan works. Well, that's gonna make things a whole lot easier. All right, we'll go cut this open here and get that stator out of there. That's copper. All right, cut her up. Here's our stator. All right, let's go try it out. All right, so here's my stator here. I'll put it down on a heavy duty skid here because I don't want to cut into my concrete. So let's check this out. Let's see if this works. I just got to stabilize this somehow so it's not going to be moving. We'll just see how it goes like this. right, so there you see it. That didn't work out too bad. That was real time. So, okay, so now to get the crown out with the rest of the copper, let's see how that goes. All right, so when I first opened this, I said I need to modify this here. I'm gonna somehow modify it to create like a hook so that it's not so sharp, but more just a blunt edge. And that way it'll hook onto these and just, you know, force them out. All right, let me modify this. All right, so I got my little modification done here. Just a little hook on there, and then I tried to clean up the edges so it's not so sharp. I don't want it cutting through the copper. I just want it going, hooking and pushing it out. See if it works. All right, so I threw it in a vise. Hopefully, it'll give it enough stability. Let's just check this out. All right, as you've seen, it works somewhat on these. These are a little small, so maybe probably better off just doing it the old-fashioned way and just like you see me finishing them up. But I did get them loosened up, no doubt, with jackhammer. Something going on with that jackhammer. It's not, I don't know if it's because I'm doing it at sideways. It just wasn't catching on and actually hammering. It was just kind of vibrating and the tool wasn't even moving. So I got to figure that out too. But we did get us a nice bunch of copper here. I'm betting it's going to work better on bigger motors. But, I mean, really, it took me like 15 minutes to do all this. So you get one motor broke down in like 15 minutes. So I'm happy with that. You know, what this thing did, breaking down right through the stator, that's a majority of the work. That takes a long time. A lot of pounding, a lot of hammering. So, you know, this part right here, thinking maybe on the smaller ones, if I just cut the crown off, then have an easier time to, you know, give you more to hold on to rather than just half of a small stator. I'm going to try that next time. And then we're going to break the big ones down. But we're not going to do that in this video. That's going to be in the next video. So now that I've showed you a method I'm going to try out, hopefully it's going to work out better. We'll let you see it in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this extra video. You know, this is just an extra one. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be making more of them. And we'll just see how it goes. All right, so thank you for watching. And I still got to get this scrap to the scrapyard so I get paid. All right. See you on the next video.